Hello everyone, this is the Christmas fan, and guys, I got more It Chapter 2 news. This is really exciting. We will be screening It Chapter 2 this Tuesday, August 20th at 7 p.m. at the Regal Cinemas at Opry Mills Mall in Nashville, Tennessee. Big tickets are limited and going fast, so be sure to sign up now. Be sure to arrive early if you want to see the horror event of the year before anyone else. Click the image below to sign up for the tickets now. Now guys, unfortunately I won't be going to this. I'll have to wait until the movie comes out, but what's exciting for me is people are going to be reviewing this movie. Now, they're not going to be doing spoiler reviews before the movie comes out because they'll get copyright. If you do a spoiler review of a movie before the film even comes out, you're going to get copyright. For sure, you're definitely going to get copyright by the time that video uploads on your channel. But I just can't wait to see what people's reviews are going to be, and I bet you right now people are going to be reviewing saying, oh my god, this was terrifying. And you know what? People are all probably going to say this movie was better than the first one. I bet you right now this movie's going to be better. The fact that it's the last one, oh boy, this is going to be a good movie. Like, the trailers look good. There's not one thing I'm not disappointed about. I am not disappointed at all. Everything I've seen, I'm very impressed, very surprised that it looks better. Because usually a sequel is not better than the first, but this one looks better, and it is surprising because a lot of people were worried, is it going to be worse? Is it going to be just as good? You want this movie to be better. You don't want it to be just as good. You want it to be better. There's only 2 chapters. So they gotta really step it up with this one. Not in a bad way. This is a good thing. And I think a lot of people right now are excited. A lot of people cannot wait for this movie like me. I just couldn't be any more excited than I am already. You know, I really don't think that there's nothing to be disappointed about, really. I can't express. It's hard to explain like what I want to talk about in this video. I'm just so excited to see people's opinions on the movie, and I know they're not going to be negative. I can already bet you right now it's not going to be negative. It's going to be good. And I think a lot of people, you know, I bet you right now people are going to be going nuts at the premiere before the movie even starts, because this movie for a lot of people is their most anticipated film of the year. And Andy Muschietti has a lot of shoes to fill. You know what I mean? He's taking Chapter 2, doing something new with Chapter 2, and he did that with Chapter 1. He also did something new with it. And I'm glad it worked, and he's going to do the same thing with Chapter 2. He's a very good director. Andy Muschietti, you can tell, he knows exactly what he's doing. The way he expresses his feelings for the book and for Chapter 1 and 2 that's coming out. Andy Muschietti actually said it took them 86 days to wrap up this movie. They filmed this movie for 86 days. That is effing insane. What was the last horror movie that filmed that long? I don't remember a single horror movie filming for that long. This might be the first horror movie to film for 86 days. If that's the case, this movie better be good. I'd be shocked if I went into this movie and it sucked. I'd be shocked if it sucked. I'd be thoroughly shocked. You know what I mean? Like, this movie's probably going to be better. Like, we all know it's going to be better. We all know that we're not just getting a giant spider. We all know that Andy Muschietti is going full tear with this movie. Andy Muschietti is doing whatever he can to do whatever he can, literally, to make this movie better than the first one, more scary. They're trying to make this movie as good as it possibly can be. And you know what? That's awesome. You know, it's just amazing to see that Andy Muschietti really cares about this book and really cares about his franchise, that he created this franchise film. Stephen King wasn't the first one to make a movie, and you're probably thinking, oh wait, yes he was. It came out in 1990, but no, here's the thing. The 1990 version is not a movie. It's a TV show, and that's why I'm saying Andy Muschietti is the very first person ever in this lifetime to make a It movie. It's not a remake or a reboot. It's the actual deal. It's the real deal. And you know what? It's like Marvel. It's not a remake or a reboot. It's the first people to make a movie on this franchise. Same with Andy Muschietti. And guys, Avengers Endgame. Here's why I know It Chapter 2 is going to be better. Infinity War, okay? When the trailer came out, I was like, oh my god, this is going to be awesome. I was worried about Avengers Endgame. Then the trailer came out, and I'm like, oh my god, this movie's going to be better than the first one. Just the way the scenes are shot, the way it looks, it's going to be better. And I was right. Avengers Endgame was the better movie. It Chapter 2, it's going to be the same deal. It Chapter 1 it looked amazing. It looked really damn good. One of my favorite horror films of all time. The original Halloween is my favorite horror film of all time. Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, is my second favorite, and now It Chapter 1, my third favorite. And now seeing the It Chapter 2 trailer, I'm saying, oh my god, this looks better than the first movie. In every way as good as possible. And you know what? I think a lot of you guys would agree with me now that I'm gonna be right. I bet you right now a lot of people are gonna go into this movie like us and be thoroughly shocked how good this movie was. Now a lot of people are gonna be crying in the theater because a lot of people have a lot of heart towards the book. They have a lot of heart towards Stephen King's work. And Andy Muschietti topped it on the first movie. We thought to ourselves, there is no way that Andy Muschietti can make the second chapter better. And you know what, guys? He's going to prove us wrong. We are going to regret saying that over 50,000 times. Because a lot of people thought he couldn't do it. There's no way. I bet you right now, there's not going to be many negatives. I bet you right now, a lot of it's going to be positive. I bet you right now, there's going to be 2 people saying, oh, this movie sucked. And thousands of people saying it was amazing. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if there is no negatives about the movie at the screening. It would not surprise me. And you know, there's one scene in particular that I cannot wait for, and that's the old lady scene. I can't wait to see her turn into this demonic creature, or whatever the frig it's supposed to be, this witch hag thing. We got a glimpse of that at the It Chapter 2 Hollywood Haunted House, and I'm telling you, okay, I'll explain this. This is cool. So at the Hollywood It Chapter 2 Haunted House experience, there was a Mrs. Kirsch themed house that they did inside of the house in the movie. And it was playing the music from the trailer from Mrs. Kirsch's house. And when she said, I was always daddy's little girl. They took that from the movie. All of a sudden, the lights start flickering, it goes dark, and you see this old lady, it says, "Are you?" And you see this old lady running at people, and she has like this white, pale face with like black makeup around her eyes and lips and sharp teeth. And I'm like to myself, if that's in the frickin' movie, that's gonna be terrifying. That's gonna be scary. I'm gonna be shitting myself if that's in the movie. Like, excuse my language, but I'm effing excited for this movie. This is my most exciting. I haven't been this excited for a movie in my life. This is how much I care about the It franchise. I am a diehard It fan. And I don't think you guys can blame me. The first one was amazing. And you know what, guys? I can understand why some of you don't like the first movie, because Pennywise wasn't that scary. He was scary in one particular scene, and that was the projector scene. And the rest of the movie, he was kind of like, they kind of toned it down, and I didn't mind it. Like, I like Pennywise in Chapter 1. I like Bill Skarsgård more over Tim Curry's version. Bill Skarsgård is more energetic. Bill Skarsgård takes Pennywise to a whole new effing level. Tim Curry just stands there and waves at you. Or like, Tim Curry wasn't really energetic, and I didn't like how they did that with the clown. He was too meh and plain. Bill Skarsgård, guys, it wouldn't even surprise me if everyone comes out of It Chapter 2 says, "Oh my god, guys, you know what? Bill Skarsgård is a better Pennywise than Tim Curry in It Chapter 2. I bet you right now he's going to do better than Tim Curry." Even though I think he was better than Tim Curry in It Chapter 2, a lot of people are going to say that when he's in It Chapter 2. He's supposed to be even more aggressive and angrier and more scarier. Now, we all know, guys, It Chapter 2. Now, you know the first movie where the projector, right, and he jumps out of the wall, and he's like crawling really fast, running at the kids, and he's like 20 feet, he's huge, crawling at them in the garage. What if that's a little hint of the final form? Like, not the full thing, but just a little hint of what a part of his form is going to be for the final form. That could be the case, but what if I could be right on this too? You know It Chapter 1, right? You know the scene where he has Eddie on the floor, and then he says, "Tasty, tasty, beautiful fear," and then he goes to kill Eddie, and then Bill and Richie walk in the freaking door, and he turns around and says, "This isn't real enough for you, Billy. I'm not real enough for you. It wasn't real enough for Georgie." And then he charges at them, and then Beverly puts a pole through his freaking head. And here's how I know that was the werewolf. Guys, a lot of you guys didn't recognize this, but that was the werewolf. If you haven't read the book, it's kind of similar, actually. But you know how the teeth were going up on his face, like more, and he was growling. And then you know how you know how he has those white gloves and then all of a sudden, them like hands came out of the white gloves, and there was like brown fur on his hand. That was a part of the werewolf, and I don't think a lot of you guys noticed that, but now you do. That was actually a little glimpse at the werewolf, and I'm hoping that It Chapter 2 adds the werewolf in Chapter 2. Now, someone at my work named Jeff, my friend, a buddy of mine, and he told me Chapter 2. Now, It Chapter 2 in the book. Now, I don't know if they're going to add this in the movie, but if they do, that's going to be intense. But basically, they go into like this woods area, and they find the werewolf, right? The werewolf sees them. They get on their bikes and start running off, and the werewolf starts chasing them while they're on the bikes. Now, if this is put in the movie, this is going to be nuts. I really hope it is. If it's not, that's understandable. But you know what? If it is, oh my god, that's going to be nuts. Now, what if they made a form in it, Chapter 2, what if it was the clown, right? And it was the werewolf. It had the werewolf body with the clown body at the same time. The clown makeup with the hair, the werewolf face and all that. That would be creepy. Like, having that form of the clown with the werewolf combined, that would be nuts. That would be terrifying. I don't know how they could do it, but I'm sure it's possible. But guys, if you guys are going to the screening for It Chapter 2 and you got your tickets, let me know, because I'm excited for you. If you guys go to the movie, right, wherever it is, August 20th at 7 p.m. at the Regal Cinemas, if you already have your tickets ordered, when you get them, let me know if you're going, and when you come back, let me know what you thought of the movie. Do not spoil a thing. Don't spoil the movie. Just tell me, did you like it or did you not? I would say you're going to love it. You're probably going to like it more than the first one. It wouldn't even surprise me if you guys do. But, guys, I'm levitating off the effing floor. Excuse my language, but I am effing excited. There's nothing more exciting than this movie. Like Avengers Endgame, I thought that was exciting. Now I'm near shitting myself, wondering what was I thinking. This is just amazing. You know, and Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, he was phenomenal in the first movie, and he's going to do he's going to do even better in Chapter 2. And I think a lot of you guys can agree with me. It Chapter 2 is going to be a better movie, a bigger movie, obviously, scarier, more intense, more epic. We're going to see new monsters that we haven't seen in It Chapter 1. And it doesn't surprise me. I think a lot of you guys that have read the book and seen Chapter 2 in the book, read it, you know Chapter 2 in the book has problems. Now, this is why Andy Muschietti is changing Chapter 2 a little bit for the movie. Because Chapter 2, a lot of people said they did not like Chapter 2 in the book more than Chapter 1. They didn't like it as much. So Andy Muschietti has a lot of shoes to fill. He has to make sure this movie is if not just as good or better. And I'm probably going to like it more. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. It would not. But you know what I mean, guys? This movie is going to be amazing, phenomenal. And I can't wait to see reviews of people's thoughts, and, you know, they're not going to do spoiler talk. It's going to be non-spoiler, which means no spoilers in their review. And you can't, you know, you're just going to end up getting copyrighted, and you could get in big trouble by the studio. You could, or with something, you know. And guys, I don't think a lot of you guys realize this, but if you look at Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise, like Pennywise's face, right, looks a little more different than it did Pennywise in Chapter 1. Pennywise in Chapter 2 actually looks different. And guess what? I actually preferred the way Pennywise looks in Chapter 2. And that's probably because they got more special effects. Because you gotta remember this. They had to use special effects on his face in Chapter 1. And the special effects in Chapter 2 look significantly better. And the special effects that were in the first movie weren't the best. And I still loved that movie, even though the special effects weren't the best, I still love that movie. You know, that will be a movie I always grew. That movie that will be remembered. That will be a childhood movie I grew up with. And you know what? Chapter 2 will definitely be probably my favorite horror film of all time. Just the way the things that we have seen. You know, I couldn't be any more excited. And I'm at the full max level of excitement. I cannot wait to see people's reactions when they come from the screening. I can't wait to see Collider review the movie and talk about things that aren't spoiler talk. And it's exciting. It really is, guys. And you know, it's going to be a very special movie. It's a very special movie for a lot of people, because Stephen King was involved with this movie as well. And Andy Muschietti actually had to bring Stephen King in for this certain scene. And apparently Stephen King made a scene for It Chapter 2. And I'm glad that they got him involved with this movie, because, you know, he created the book, you know. So I'm glad to hear this. Anyways, guys, are you guys ready to see people's reactions of the movie? August 20th, 7 p.m. Excuse me, that's when it starts. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in another horrifying video. See you guys next time when I come back from my Moncton trip.